Yes, there's supposed to be connection between your image and your background, or between your subject and your background in composite. Today we are going to be looking at how we can use brush tool in Adobe Photoshop to create shadow that is going to make your composite more realistic. This is Twisted Creative. Alaribe Emmanuel is my name. If it's your first time on this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Not only by hitting that subscribe button, also ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our next video. Without wasting much time, let's get started. This is the image, and then this is the background that we are going to be using. Let's bring in the background and make sure we fit the background to our page. Then we'll bring the background down, let the image be on top. Then we are going to be creating layer. The layer you're going to be creating should not be on top the image. It has to be under the image. So this is a new layer, and this is going to be starting by layer 2. So from layer 2 now, we have to start the painting. We have to paint in shadows. Then we're going to be starting by using the brush tool, and make sure your foreground color must be black, and then thereby later you can adjust the setting of the foreground color. You can change it, you can even change it. Okay, let's go. Can you change the color to any color you want? But I know that shadow should be black or gray or whatever. Let's go with a little brush. Just paint under. Okay, here's what we get. Like, if you hide this image now, you will notice what we painted. That is just it. It's not something that it's not magical. It's just something you paint. Look at what we have here. Then, okay, let's bring the image back and sit on top. You can see it's creating a connection between the background and the subject or the image. Okay, let's do the next one. Have to do it this way and join it up here. Then let's check the other leg. We can see, do the same thing with the same layer. With the same layer, we'll see do the same thing to this side and join it up here. Okay, I think we're done with that. What we're going to do now is create another layer. And this layer is going to be this part of this shoe that did not touch the ground. It's the side that did not touch the ground directly. So we have to increase our brush size a little and paint it, add it together. You can widen it a little if you wish. Okay, look at what we have here. What you actually have here is we can just go there and reduce the fill to whatever amount of fill you can add. For the now, let's go by this. Then the next thing we are going to be doing is create a new layer for the shadow of this big pants. Okay, let's start by trying to trace the shape. You use your imagination. I think just say, if this thing should create a shadow, how can the shadow look like? Okay, let's go. Just say like this first, then bring it back a little. Then you can just come this way. You can see like this place is having a little curve. You can just give it a little curve, draw like this and come like this, then go back like this. Then once you get to this place, you bring it back again, then take it to like this and go back. It's very 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 easy. It's just something you just imagine and do. Okay, let's say this is the size of the pants on the floor. The shadow, let's say, okay, let's say this is the pants on the floor. Okay, the next one, we are going to do the next pants, the shadow of the pants. Then start like this, goes like this and comes out and go back like this. Then the big side goes like this. Don't allow it to touch the top and go back. Okay, you can just merge everything together by painting it up. So here we are. With this, you can just reduce the fill. Once you reduce the fill to a particular level, you can still go in and see those area that is having space. You can still paint them in with the same opacity and flow. It will match. Then you have to reduce the fill. You see what we get here? Then the next thing we are going to be doing, the entire shadow of the structure standing, the human structure. Let's create a new layer and increase the brush size and just do something imaginary, something. Just imagine that this is what we'll have to do. Then the hand that came to the corner, I just have to do something. Then paint all this. You reduce your brush to and increase it whenever it's necessary. Okay, just say something like this. You then reduce the fill drastically. Then what you also have to do is there are some other features you are supposed to have, like the side, the area that is close to the ground has harder shadow. So you have to create a new layer again and paint something just simple here. Then reduce it again so that you have a kind of something very strong around. Then the top side look as if the shadow is far from the ground. So all right, let's go. What you have to do is you can still go and say, let's draw something like, say the light is coming from the left right side and come like this. You see? Then okay, let me make another shadow, another new layer. Have to make another new layer for this. Just say, let's draw something straight here and something straight here. Something straight here. So look at what we got here. Just for you to go to the fill and reduce. But if you don't want that, you can see take it off. So this is what we got here. As you can see, like this image, we are done with this image. If you take a look at this image now, you'll say, okay, let's group all these layers of the shadow. Let's use Ctrl G to group them. As you can see, take a look at. This is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. Let's take a very close look at it again. This is before and this is after. So as you can see, there is connection between this image and the background. Let's see, make adjustment. Let's open it and see. Let's open this group and see adjustment that we can make. Like this one, we can just say let's leave it this way and go to the very, very dark ones and reduce. This one is good by 15. This one is good by 15. So we like 11 is okay for here. Then if you go to the next one, you can say like 11 also will be okay, so that it's not going to disappear completely, but it's going to show you that there is something there. So if you take a look at it like this, it's very, very awesome. Then you close it back and check the before and after. Check the before and after. Does that make any sense? It does. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to check another image. This time around, this image, let me bring in something else here, like this one. So we are going to be doing the same thing to this image. Let's get this background out of this place and make this use of the same background. Take it to the other side and drop it here. All we need here is just to spread it all the way into a landscape format. Then we are going to bring the background down and the image up. This time around, we are going to be fast. And then what we need to do, create a new layer and start painting. me, I like zooming. I have to zoom in and see exactly what I'm doing. So I have to make the brush as small as possible. This is just do it this way. Take it inside a little and drop it here. Then drop this one here. Then the next thing is to go to this area and drop it here. Then here. You know why I'm leaving all this place behind? I'm leaving them because they did not touch the ground directly. They are not touching the ground directly. They did not rest on the floor directly. So we have to use all the places that touches the ground directly. We have to fix them first with that first layer of the shadow. So that's what I'm doing now. Then the next place that's touching the ground, let's separate all this area. The next layer, we are going to be using it for those places that did not touch the ground directly. Have to fix it and add it up. Okay, then we'll draw from here and join it up here. Then draw from here and join it up here. Then what we're going to be doing here is just reduce the fill to something like, it will be dark but not as dark as the first one. So like this, we are okay with this. Then the next thing we are going to do under this booty, we are going to be fixing a shadow there that's going to be making it look real like sitting on the floor. So have to make this one a little. No. I'm supposed to use a new layer for this. Let me create the new layer. So I have to create a new layer for that. So I have to paint it again, and let's say by 100. So have this. I create another one so that I can be flexible. Want to do one should be lighter than the other. I have to make it lighter than the other. So here I have two layers here. One is lighter than the other. Then this other one, I have to reduce the fill also a little. Then I go to the other side, which is the one that is going to connect the leg. I have to create a new layer also and draw it all the way. Join it up here. And it's two legs. We have to make it a little bit wider. Then we'll have this. Then we'll reduce the fill also. Reduce the fill. Okay. Then we'll have this. Then you make another layer for the one that's going to be under this shoe. The one that's going to be under the shoe, then you make it very tiny under the shoe. Have to increase your brush and create a new layer for those places that did not touch the ground very well to make it pull out a little bit. So we have there, we can just reduce the fill of this and use the same layer to create this area that did not touch the ground directly. That is not directly on the floor. Then you continue with that previous layer. Then we'll create a new layer for this other side of the shoe and make it very, very close and dark, resting on the floor. So this is what we get here. Then you have to connect the arms together too. Have to connect it. Then, as you can see, once you change the feel of this, you notice that this image is connected to the background like this. So if you want to check you can just use your move tool and know the particular place the shadow is resting, maybe you want to make adjustments, you can just make your adjustments while you switch from one shadow to another. You check and see the ones you want to adjust and the ones you don't want to. Then if you take a look at this black under here, you can see like this black, you have to reduce it a little. Then the next one, this shoe, this and that. I think we are close to done of this image. So if you take a look at this now, you notice that this shadow has done a great connection between this image and the background. Like, let's just say, let's take the shadows off and use Ctrl G to group them and make it disappear, as in off it and on it, visibilize it and disabilize. Look at it now. Look at what we have here. This is the shadow and this is without the shadow. This is before, after, and this is before. This is before and this is after. Is it not wonderful? So if you have to bring in another background to make sure and see the difference between this background and other background, can just bring something new and see how it's going to look. Let's say there is one here. Let me just pick it and drop it here. No, here. And see how it's going to look on this. Now we are going to bring the background all the way down. And you see the shadow. Isn't it wonderful? Then on your own, you can still do something more better than this. You can just say, okay, let me do something that is going to be, you can just take your brush tool, your eraser tool, and start erasing. You can just say, let me just do something about this and make this place lighter. Make this place lighter. See, then you can just kind of a little disconnect here. You can just say, let me trace it and see where it's this, and try to use my history brush to erase to history. Small, you can see, you can do something more matured, more interesting. So this is this is shadow, how to place shadow. Use your brush tool in Adobe Shop to create realistic shadow. Realistic shadow that makes your composite more realistic. Hope today's tutorial is interesting. If it is, give a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not done that before. And also, don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the next video. Thanks for watching today's video. Creative people will keep on creating. Just stay creative. See you in the next video.